Welcome back. I know I'm painfully late on getting this video put out. I said a little while back I was going to do a how-to on replacing the hinges on these old BMW bags. Love the bags. I've got a 95 K75 RTP, so the authority bike, and these are the original bags that came on it. And over the years, the hinges crack and split out. And I've already done one bag and got that finished up, and decided I'd do a video on this one showing the process and how to go about swapping these things out. It's really simple. Basically, pair of dikes, screwdriver, small block of wood, and a rubber mallet. This is way overkill, but it is the one I have with the rubber ends. So the first thing that you have to do on these little square holes that are in them are made to go over a piece of plastic on the bottom that basically makes like a notch, and that holds these on. You want to cut this plastic out on the ends so that these will slide off. You want to be careful doing that because you don't want to damage the piece underneath that actually holds the hinge in place. These have some dirt in them, so we'll go ahead and clean some of that stuff out first. It's amazing how much we neglect what's under our bikes when we are washing and cleaning. I actually had to clean the bottom side of this bag up a little bit before we started. So we catch just the corner of that. And you'll hear the click. Then turn around, turn your dikes around, come back the other way, and that pretty much opens up that space so that pin underneath will slide off the end. And then you want to do the same thing on this side. And you want to make sure you have a wooden surface or something underneath that's not going to scratch the top of your bags while you're doing this. Then, okay, once you get this to start sliding, a little WD-40, our father's solutions to everything, right? Make the process go a whole lot smoother. One, and definitely when you're doing this, make sure you keep the latches for your lids tight, because what you don't want is for the lid to come off while you're doing this, and then trying to get it all lined back up is a pain. Now we will repeat the process on this side. Slide that over so that it doesn't hit the camera when it comes off. Now that both of those are off, you're going to want to take a moment and kind of clean things up a little bit. Clean the grit and stuff out from under the rails. Make sure those nibs are still there, that you didn't do any damage to those when you were taking things off. That's kind of a required part. And then Make sure the square holes are facing the right way. Slide it on as far as it'll go with your fingers. Then you go ahead and start both of them at the same time. It does not hurt. And then if you have the rubber-ended mallet, and that starts to hit. That's where your wooden block comes in. We'll do the same thing from this end. And then the last few inches you need to use the block so you're not hitting the bag itself as you go in. And it'll seat right in place. Turn over and finish up with the exact same process on the other side. That is it. Turn that around. And we're ready for another 60,000 miles or so. So we'll put a coat of Armor All on there or some other protectant and make sure that they are ready to go. Thank you very much.